No More Room in Hell 2 is just around the corner. We recently got some new information about the game through gameplay in this developer live stream, so if you want to find out more about No More Room in Hell 2, stick around. I'm a huge fan of the first game. I've spent countless nights messing around with friends in private lobbies.
Whoa, that is a lot of zombies. If you fell down there, you would definitely...
It can be pretty unnerving for players when one of their favourite games announces a sequel. On one hand, it could be amazing, far surpassing the last entry, or it could be a complete flop. Today, I'm going to be taking a look at what we already know and trying to predict how well No More Room in Hell 2 will go down with the player base. In the past couple of years, the development team joined forces with Torn Banner Studios, the devs behind the Chivalry series. This meant two things: the game could be worked on full time, and that the Torn Banner devs had a say in what stayed and what went. The main change players of the original game will notice is the lack of linear levels. I'll be using this gameplay video from 2021's Game Expo and comparing it with the newest gameplay video we received just a couple of days ago. We can see that originally, linear levels weren't planned for the game. Since Torn Banner's introduction to the development, this has obviously changed, and the team is pushing for a more open world experience. This decision has split the community in half. Some players excited for the prospect of a huge open world to kill zombies in, and others worried that this second game might be moving too far from its original roots. The map is centered around a power plant in Meltdown, and this affects other portions of the map.
Until they finally reach the power plant, where things have gone absolutely critical and it is hell on earth.
Whilst this idea seems kind of cool, I'll have to actually see how well it's implemented in this title. The game is set in Pennsylvania. It seems like the team is staying true to the classic zombies atmosphere, but time will tell. I even found this devlog that shows 3 maps that were originally planned: the Pennsylvania countryside, Brooklyn Heights in New York, and a large shopping mall. This devlog has since been deleted, however, so I can't read the full thing. Personally, I don't mind the transition to a fully open world experience. The environments we've seen already look amazing, and if it's implemented properly, this could be a good decision. Obviously, open world sandbox games perform better than more linear style games, so I can see why Torn Banner Studios did this, but a lot of the community isn't too pleased with the influence. If you compare the gameplay from 2021 to now, this game has definitely had a serious glow up. Torn Banner's involvement might not necessarily be a good omen though. In the 2021 gameplay demo, we can see the trademark zombie children that No More Room in Hell is infamous for. These enemies mix the game up massively, making it an ethical dilemma every time you were faced with them. They were present in this video from 2021, but in this dev Q&A, it was revealed that zombie children weren't going to be included in the sequel.
Next up, a question, a big one that we've been getting both on social media and today in chat. We'll send it to Matt. But are there going to be zombie kids coming in No More Room in Hell 2?
So yeah, we're gonna answer this one up front. They're not currently planned for our early access launch. We are focused on a lot of other things.
This is interesting because they were already fully modeled, animated, and programmed in this video 3 years ago, meaning Torn Banner Studios made the decision to actively remove them. This isn't a huge deal, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't at least a little bit disappointed. No More Room in Hell is one of the darkest, grittiest zombie games I've played. From a publisher standpoint, I can absolutely see why they'd remove zombie kids. These guys were massively controversial in the first game. One important thing fans have to remember is the first title was a free-to-play game. This second title has tons of resources put into the development, so it's easy to see why they might want to play it a little bit safe. Another key mechanic we're going to see return is permadeath. I found this from the start page. Every mission puts your character at risk of dying. Forever. Looting supplies levels up your responder, so as long as they survive a mission, with every run you improve your chances for survival, with access to equipment caches and starting gear. Do you put your character's life on the line to save a squad member? Rewards increase as more squad mates extract, but risks of permadeath are ever present. From the looks of things, they're pretty much using looter-shooter rules. If you survive, you keep all the cool gear you found, and if you die, everything is gone and all skills are set to 1. Personally, I can see how this would be a good idea. It definitely adds an extra layer of panic when games start getting tough. However, a few members of the community aren't so sure. I'm trying to hold judgment until I can actually get my hands on the game, mainly because I love the original, but seeing the community response does make me doubt this title a little bit. The main issue seems to come from Torn Banner's involvement. Chivalry 2's melee combat looks absolutely amazing, and I don't think any fans of the first No More Room in Hell are going to try and argue that the original game's melee combat is better. But on the other hand, we do have raw evidence that Torn Banner have stripped out one of the game's grittiest mechanics already. It'll be interesting to see if they've removed anything else, like the ability to shoot yourself by pressing K and clicking. Another worry the community has is how many microtransactions this game is going to have. From this tweet, we can see that there's a few clothing accessories that can be used on the player model, and a few OG outfits from what I presume is a pre-order bonus. I don't massively care for skins when it comes to games, so I wouldn't worry too much about microtransactions. Overall, I think whatever happens with No More Room in Hell 2, it'll at the very least still be interesting to watch unfold. From these gameplay clips and trailers, I'm still pretty excited for this sequel, and will definitely be picking it up day one. There was so much passion put into the original game, and even though the team has joined up with a different studio, I think in the long run this is a good thing for the game. Most of the original team is still directly involved with No More Room in Hell 2's development, and the game does look like it still retains some of that grit that made us all love the first one. If you haven't seen my video on the first No More Room in Hell, feel free to check it out, and if you enjoyed this video and learned something new, make sure to leave me a like and let me know what you think about No More Room in Hell 2 in the comments. I'll have another video taking a look at this game when it comes out, so make sure to keep your eyes peeled for that around Halloween time. And as always, thank you for watching, more content to come, and have a good one.